and welcome to Infamous, the audio podcast. This is Brandon, or Mutilus on Discord.
And this is CJ. I continue to go by CJ on Discord.
Strong choice.
It makes it easy to find.
As always, welcome back for yet another riveting episode. We're going to try and keep it lively here. It's pretty late, but we have some stuff to chat about.
Oh.
So just before we started, we got on the conversation of what is the worst Sam Raimi movie. Obviously, that's something we get about. And you think it is Doctor Strange 2, and I said it was Spider-Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the highest highs are probably in Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
But the lowest lows are by far in Spider-Man 3.
I would 100% agree with you.
If it was two bar graphs next to each other, one is floating in the midair to get above the bad parts of Spider-Man 3, but it doesn't quite peak out where Spider-Man 3 is. So, but like I would argue that if you're just going for like what is between C plus and A minus, way more of the percentage of Doctor Strange 2 fits within that bandwidth than of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
3.
Spider-Man has some F minus moments for sure.
I think there's 30 minutes you can cut out of Spider-Man 3, and the movie gets better. It's exclusively better.
I think if you cut the last sequence, if you just cut all the Venom stuff out of it, you might have a pretty good Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. A lot of people forget that Sandman's in that, and he's one of the better representations of a Spider-Man villain in all of the movies.
Yeah.
Like, he's a perfect shot-for-shot remake.
Well, and it's like, I think if they would have just kept Sandman as the only villain, we'd be talking about his performance in that movie like we talk about Molina and Dafoe in the first two. I think he was just in it, I think he's good enough of an actor. I wish I could remember his name because he's in a bunch of shit and I like him. Yeah.
He's a good actor. I don't think he could have carried it on his own. Not from an acting standpoint, but just from a functionality. So how does Spider-Man not beat Sandman in 3 hours?
I think, like I said, if they would have had to retool the script, if we would have gotten the original conclusion to that, instead of it being,
I think if you keep Harry, because I think the coming back together as friends is okay. They could have punched up the dialogue a little bit better between them, but the end result was fine. Like how they work their ways back together and they kind of forgive each other is good. But the whole emo stuff in the middle is obviously terrible.
Yeah.
Because every moment when he's wearing the black suit and isn't talking is pretty good.
Yeah, and they did it okay. Like I can see what they were working with, trying to explore this angle. But at the same time, I feel like I'm trying to defend. I'm trying to polish a turd here. It works in those parts where he's like, you can see I don't like this angry Spider-Man. He's getting kind of mean. And then he gets to that weird emo stuff, and I think I can kind of see what the idea was, and then it just fucking falls apart in the third act. Because, if you remember in that movie, literally the way they set up Sandman and Venom working together is Venom runs into him in an alley, and he's like, "You hate Spider-Man too? Let's work together." And then the conclusion starts.
And how would you know that randomly?
Yeah. You've never seen this fucking person before?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Actually, Spider-Man's my best friend, and they start fighting.
Thomas Hayden Church is the actor who plays Sandman. I had to look it up because it was bothering
me. I can
me.
picture him in so many different situations acting, but none of the roles really stick out as memorable. Which is a good thing, probably.
He blends in. There's one thing he did recently. He was in The Expanse.
Yeah,
as
he's
the
good in
detective.
The Expanse.
That's my favorite character from the
books, so. The detective?
Yeah.
Am I thinking of a different detective? Because I'm thinking of...
Oh, was it Thomas Jane? I've got him backwards.
Yeah, Thomas Jane.
Jane's the detective. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
I wanted to say Aaron Eckhart, but I know they're literal twins.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck cloned somebody and got away with it. They're
chin.
Yeah. Me and my friend Sam back in the day thought they were legit the same person. We'd argue about who was in each movie, and then there was a movie with both of them in it. We're like, we didn't know what to do. It's he plays two roles in this movie. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's an interesting argument. But honestly, if that's the worst movie he's made, then it's not terrible. It's certainly both of those. I actually like Doctor Strange 2. I found it to be an enjoyable movie. It has lacking points, obviously. It could be better. It wasn't as good as I had hoped, but it was solid, I think. There's plenty of issues that could be changed.
Yeah. But on the issue of Sam Raimi movies, I think besides Evil Dead 2, because that's like, come on, that's easily his best movie. I think his second best movie is probably, the one I like the best anyways is Darkman. And that's one I highly recommend because it is, it's a weird comic book style movie that's before the big, like it came out in 1990, so kind of like right after Batman, he made this movie, and it is a wild movie if you haven't seen it.
I haven't. I'll put it on my list.
It has Liam Neeson.
I've heard enough people talk about it. I do like me some Liam Neeson.
It is good.
Okay, so into the media segment. What have you watched lately?
This is going to be kind of a weird admission, but I was recently watching Super Sentai shows. So like
so like actual OG
Power Rangers,
Power Rangers, yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I've been on a weird kick to just watch some of the older stuff. I recently watched Shin Kamen Rider, which is like a retooling of the first season of the Kamen Rider show into a nice compact hour-and-a-half long movie. And it got me really interested to watch some of the stuff it was based on, because like it's old and it's kind of crappy, but it's campy in a fun like Adam West Batman way. So I've been watching a little bit of that, and then I think this weekend we're going to crush the new season of One Piece that just came out.
So we chatted about this very briefly at the store yesterday, but am I the only one that actually hates live-action anime?
No, I do too.
Because there seems to be a huge push for it. And I have to admit, I was one of those people. What was it? What was the first one? I think it was live-action Attack on Titan was the one. I saw an ad for it way back when. Because it didn't come out for a long time, and that was a long time ago. So I saw an ad for it. I was like, oh my god, that would be amazing. And I just, in my head, I was like, that would be so cool.
Easy
and then
to
like,
adapt.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like the worst one you could ever try to adapt. Anyway, and then that was right around the time that Death Note live action came out. Not long after, we got Cowboy Bebop live action. And so I was like, man, these are going to be so cool. I'm going to line up all these live action animation movies and watch them in a line. Because I love... these are going to be so great. So the first one I picked, Bleach live action.
Sorry. I've watched all this shit. I know exactly what's happening.
I am convinced that live action Bleach is the worst media ever created by humans.
It is.
It hurt to watch it. It was so bad. Fucking bad. It is so bad. Like, I didn't go in expecting a lot, but I was like, man, this is terrible.
I think I got 30 minutes into it maybe before I turned it off.
Man, I watched the whole thing. I just hate watching it. I was angry watching it.
Oh, painful.
I was in this loop. It's like, it can't be this bad the whole time. And it gets so much worse.
Yeah.
Just so much worse. And so at one point I was like, I am never going to watch another live action anime. So I'm going to finish this so it's burned in my fucking brain. Oh my god, it was so bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So because of that, and not long after that, my favorite author mentioned, because constantly people ask him about the Dresden Files getting adapted into a TV show. And for people that know, it has been already, and it was not a good show. I say that being one of the people that is a fan of the show. I'm one of the few people that liked it, and I even say it's not very good.
Yeah.
And it's one of the biggest transitions from, authentic content to what made it onto the screen. It is way, way off in the rewrites. Like, it is completely different.
Yeah.
Like, most of the characters aren't even similar. Like, for anyone who's read the books, like, and hasn't seen the show, his love interest in the TV show is Bianca the vampire from the novel series. So that's one of the smaller changes they made.
That's a small change.
So it's incredibly different.
Isn't there like a butler or some shit in the show?
So he has a laboratory research assistant named Bob, which is a nickname he gave him.
But that's
Bob is a
skull.
spirit and doesn't have a physical body. And so in the show, he inhabits a magical skull, and he does in the books as well. The difference is in the TV show, he manifests as a ghost person. And in the books, he's just a spirit that lives in the skull.
Okay.
And so, but I mean, I understand from like a budget restriction, they just put a person on screen instead of trying to animate orange magic dust in every scene. Like, that's obviously a lot harder. And so, like, I get that. That actually, I think, was fine. It worked really well in the show. And there's like some cutesy stuff they do. Like, instead of using a magic wand, he uses a drumstick. Instead of using a staff, he uses a hockey stick. Like, urban wizard kind of stuff.
Casey Jones?
Right, and it's like he drives like an old Jeep instead of a Volkswagen Bug. Like, there's a lot of stuff they change, which is completely irrelevant.
Minor. That doesn't matter.
Right, and I know people get mad if the content isn't true to the original source material. I also get annoyed by it when it's like, why did you make this change? Like in the example of Bob, you're saving so much money by making the change, and it makes almost no functional difference. That's a good change in my mind. It's like you're making the show cheaper to make, which makes it more accessible to people because, you know, the show will continue to be made theoretically versus getting shut down or never getting started in the first place. And so there's a lot of stuff like, yeah, like making him drive a Jeep instead of a Bug. Does it really matter? No, he has an identifiable car is all that really matters. So the author was talking he does tons of interviews. And he says that I do want it to get made into another TV show, but I want it to be an animated show. I don't want it to be live action. I would prefer it to be an anime. And he talks about when he writes it in his head, it's an anime. When he imagines these things playing out, he imagines it like a cartoon. And he's like, it's just so unrealistic that these things happen in real life that it makes more sense if you imagine it from a like anime perspective. And not to mention, it would be incredibly cheap to make in comparison to a live action like Game of Thrones type show. Yeah, it's like you could make all of the annual anime for the cost of making the fucking Game of Thrones for one season.
God, yeah.
Like, it's so much money.
Well, and then, you know, you don't have to, and that allows you to kind of keep it as accurate as possible. You know, you have to make less concessions that way. Exactly.
Because, like, the difference between drawing a guy on a horse and a guy on a horse throwing a fireball is not much cost difference, actually. It's almost no difference at all in cost. It's like the same thing. And so, but then doing it in, you know, making it a live action show where a guy shoots a fireball, it's like, well, that's incredibly expensive.
That's like 5 departments.
Every time. Yeah, it's 5 departments. It's hundreds of man hours. It's like, no, or we could just draw it with a crayon and move on. So anyway, this leads me to my final point on live-action animes, and I'll close it out with another take that I have that I think a lot of people agree with, that they just don't realize it, is making it live-action makes this completely unbelievable, ridiculous shit cringe as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, so you're watching, like I love Zoro. Zoro in One Piece is by far my favorite character. I think that's pretty common. He's the only cool character in the show. But, like, when he does all of his complete ridiculous swordplay stuff, having someone actually do it on screen looks so cringe and so weird and so unbelievable. Because, like, you can't make it look like like he holds a sword in his mouth. That's not going to do anything. Clearly, it doesn't do anything. We know it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But on the anime, when you draw it, you can make it look cool.
Yeah, because it's not like in motion, right? You can do holding and then attack and then after the attack.
Yeah, it's like I just draw him turning his head and cutting a rock. Like, that's easy. Yeah. It's like, but in live action, it's like, okay, well, we all know this is literally impossible.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's...
They're not going to hire a good enough director to be able to film that properly in the first place. It's just not. It's not in the budget, though. That's the thing. Like,
exactly,
you have to do it every episode, you know.
So, in just this 1/4 second scene of him cutting a rock with a sword in his mouth, you would have to make that look cool on live action screen. It costs $2 million for a 1/4 second of a show animated fight. Like, it's just like, why are we trying when the other product is clearly better? That's what I don't get. It's clearly better. And so the only thing I can think of is just most people haven't realized it's better yet. And so you have the people that don't watch anime that go, oh, Ghostbusters cartoon worse than Ghostbusters movie, want Ghostbusters movie. And like, well, just watch anime and you'll see that it is better, actually. Anyway, so the final point I have for this long tirade is that's why I think people prefer dub or sub over dub. So they prefer it in Japanese because hearing the words they're saying in their native language sounds cringe. It's like in Demon Slayer, for example, every time they do a move, they yell the name of the move out loud, which is why the entirety of the fight is in slow motion, because you couldn't say all of those words in the time allotted. It's, if you actually think about it, like, okay, well, he does like these 4 moves in like 2 seconds, but it's like 83 words he says while he's flying through the air doing these spin moves. I'm like, what the fuck? And then if you hear him say it out loud, it sounds dumb. And it's like, oh, he's like, giant sweeping claw slash.
Yeah,
and like, no one would ever scream that at somebody. That makes no sense. And then, but when you hear in Japanese, it sounds cool because the sound does not register the word.
Yeah. I do have a good point about that. I think a lot of it is a lot of times, because we watch both. We're a big anime household. Mm-hmm. We watch shit tons of Japanese content all the time.
Yeah.
The one thing that gets me about it too is that they do a lot of light translation kind of things. Sometimes they'll edit characters. Like in My Hero was really bad because it depends on who they think the audience is. Because like one of the worst things I saw was Bakugo, the character from My Hero, was not motivated to be a number 1 hero. He was motivated by money in the American dubs.
Okay.
Which is not his character. Mm-hmm. At all. Like, that's not even... That doesn't even pop up anywhere in his art.
I thought it was... I want to say in the show I remember, and the thing a lot of people don't know is there can be multiple dubs.
Yeah.
Because there's simulcast, which is that comes out like within a week or two, and then when it's done, they do like a final polish, and the names of things can change. So exactly, when I watched JJK season 1, they called Gojo's technique his infinity power, and then in the release, it's called limitless. And so it's like, that's an easy like translation thing that you can go either way with it. And so like if you it just comes out differently
sometimes because there's a lot of it that is just written like transliterated from like the Japanese sounds making that word, and sometimes people go, that's too complicated, call it infinity instead of like, because you'd have to say it in like Japanglish.
Yeah, because a lot of it's made up words for them.
Oh
too.
yeah, absolutely. It's like a lot of the mangakas will just use American words for it because they know it's going to be translated, and sometimes it's just fucking easier that way.
Yeah. There's a funny thing. I played the Universus card game, which was originally called UFS. They came out with like 7 My Hero Academia sets, and there's a character in there. I don't know if you remember him, Rocklock.
Yes.
The guy, the padlock dude. His name is highly disputed because it I guess the word for rock and lock is
exact
the same at some point. Yeah. And so his name is Rock Lock. And so then in the card game, his name in the card game is Rock Lock. But in the like show, he's called Lock. And so it's like there's this huge like it's like there's like 2 sides of the argument, and they're both yelling at each other that you're wrong. It's very funny.
Yeah, it's
because they were like, "You mean Rock?" He's like, "That's what it says on the fucking card."
His name is Lock. Yeah, no,
exactly. It's very funny. It's like, but there's no rocks. Like he doesn't use rocks.
Yeah,
it's great. But yeah, anyway, anime is fun. I've been struggling to find a new anime that I enjoy, which is weird because we're in this like huge boom of great animes. But I got done watching all of those great animes, and I'm like, now what? And I tried to watch all these other popular ones that pop up on Crunchyroll, and they all suck.
I agreed.
I tried to watch Reincarnated as a Slime.
Pass.
Oh my god, that was hard to watch. I got like 20 minutes into the first episode. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I just turned it off. I bet. And I was like, I've seen clips of later, and I was like, this looks interesting. I should watch this. And then I couldn't. It was so campy and weird. I was like, oh my god, I can't watch.
Did you like Overlord?
Yes, I love Overlord. It's my favorite isekai.
It's like Overlord eventually, but it stays cringe. It's like it's like cringy.
I don't mind a little.
It's
cringe.
very cringe.
Oh, you're talking about slime?
Yeah, slime. Slime's like Overlord, but very cringe.
I don't mind a little cringe, but it was
Overlord is almost too much for me. Like I go back and watch it, and sometimes I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
There's almost some stuff you just have to forgive because it's weird Japanese culture stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And it's like you're like, yeah, we're just gonna move past this because the The reason I'm watching Overlord is the side characters and, just the world.
Oh, the floor bosses are super cool. I like all the floor bosses.
Floor bosses are cool, but also just like the random NPC humans are amazing. Yeah, they're so well written.
Who the fuck?
It's like, I just want to watch the dude do alchemy. Like, I don't even care what else happens. This seems cool.
The captain guy.
I've never been so upset that a random NPC guard died. This is bullshit.
Shit, who is it? The guy in the most recent animated season, the very end of it, he goes to fight Ein Zulgon, and he knows he's fucked, but he still goes to do it anyway.
That's not the last season. There's another one after that.
Okay, maybe I'm behind.
Yeah, that's the end of season 3, which, by the way, I've never laughed so hard at my monitor while watching anime in my life. With the scene... The end of season 3, when he casts the Black Goat spell, I could not stop laughing. I was like, this is amazing. I've never seen jumping a shark multiplied by infinity. Like, it was so stupid, but I watched that scene over and over again. It's so amazing.
It's crazy.
I was like...
It's
just imagine. I don't want to spoil it too much if you haven't seen Overlord. I highly recommend Overlord. It's got some weird campy bits. Get through it. It's amazing. But there's a scene where this wizard casts a spell, and it makes this big scary monster. And I love the reaction of this random soldier that's supposed to be fighting it. He just points at it and looks back at his guys like, guys, it's okay. Nothing that horrible could actually exist. It's an illusion. And then it stomps him to death. And it's like, oh no. So funny. Oh my god.
The best part is, he's like, this is one of the weakest spells I can cast at 7th level, or whatever the fuck he says before he does it.
Yeah. Super tier magic.
Yeah, epic tier magic, or whatever the fuck he says. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And it's good.
And I like it because they do such a good job of, like, translating game mechanics into an actual fantasy world. Yeah. Because, like, yep, that looks like something you would get in an MMO at max level. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's the whole like premise, is that it's a level 99 guy in a world of level 15 people.
Yeah, like level 15 people are the big shots. Oh god, you remember when the Emperor's like they're at the Colosseum? The Emperor's like trying to get people to join in the war against him, and he just is behind him, and he loses his shit. He's like, and it's like the guy didn't even know they were having a meeting. He's like, hey, what's up, dudes? Like. Just stopping by.
No, I think it's my favorite scene in that show is when the assassin lady comes for him and he's dressed up as Momonga.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can kill this guy. And then he's like, you can't kill me. And she's like, what are you talking about? He starts fucking crushing her. He gets stabbed in the eyes. He's like, oh man, now I see.
The scene when the adventuring party breaks into the dungeon. And they're like, we're going to steal all this shit. And then they have to fight him.
They fucked up so badly.
Oh my god, it's so great. And again, you feel bad for them. It's like, that's every D&D party you've ever been in, is those people. And you feel shitty. You're like, oh, these guys are dead.
They're like competent too. They're like doing all the shit they're supposed to be doing. It's just a immovable object.
All right. So I think this is it's not like Overlord, but it is the closest thing I've found to Overlord. And it's different. And you might have seen this, Unwanted Undead Adventure. I call it a reverse isekai. So the guy, the world, so you know the parts where he's adventuring as Momonga.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. Kelly's watched this one. I'm familiar with
this show is in that world, basically. Because he's there's the ranks of adventures, there's a guild house, you get quests, you go do them, you get money,
he's like a skeleton leveling up, right?
Yeah, so he starts off just a regular guy, and he dies in a dungeon to a dragon. And dragons are really rare in that world. And so he dies, but then immediately it cuts to the next scene. He wakes up and he's a skeleton. He's been animated as a level 1 skeleton, and that's the main character. And he's like, and that's like the first 5 minutes. So then he starts wandering around the dungeon, killing other skeletons until he gains a level, and then he moves up to like skeleton warrior. And then he starts killing a bunch more skeletons and slimes and stuff. And eventually he gets high enough level, he evolves into like a wight. And so like he just keeps gaining levels. So it's kind of like solo leveling. Meets Overlord, low power level.
That's a good comparison, I think.
Yeah. And so it's not great, it's just fine, but I've been enjoying it.
I'd say B solid. Very solid B.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm desperately looking for more anime to watch. I just rewatched all of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
What'd you think?
I will say, the first section where they're basically just doing reshoot stuff, definitely not very good. It does get a lot better. It is probably better than I remember it, but not by much. I think it is widely held at a very high standard, and I think it's a little nostalgia based. I think it is a good show, and it is definitely worth watching. I would not put it in like my top 3.
I would put it in my top 3, maybe top 1. Yeah. But it's a little bit different for me. It is a lot of nostalgia based because I watched it. It was one of the first ones I watched like to completion.
If we were ranking this when the show ended, now that's a totally different conversation because I think a lot of other animes hadn't gotten there yet.
Well, just in quality of like consistency and like story, like not a lot of stuff is there. Like I'd say Attack on Titan's probably the only one within the last 10 years I'd say that has just as good as a conclusion and like as good a character. Like the thing that for FMA that stands out to me is that I think it's some of the best written characters in fiction. Because, like, the brothers are well-defined, side characters that you don't care about come back and they have good arcs and stuff. Like, the main, 8 the members of the cast are all really good.
I think that's fair. There's all, like, it's not just, like, a beat-em-up. Like, there's a lot of actual character to it.
Well, and then...
I do think, just real quick, I think a lot of people don't give enough credit to the first Full Metal Alchemist. There's a lot of the famous scenes from the show are actually from the first one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And obviously they're kind of meant to be the same show, and they just had to remake it because of filler.
I gotta remember where the break is for, between
like, there's
FMA
characters in Brotherhood, they don't even explain who they are. Like, if you didn't watch the first show, you wouldn't know who half these people are, because they just show up in the second show.
Like the Yoko...
Yogi.
The disgraced military guy.
Yeah, I think his name is Yogi.
Yogi, yeah, whatever it is, he just pops up.
Yeah, and there's like a flashback to the other show. It's like a flashback, but it's not part of the show. Yeah. They're flashing back to another television show. It's like, what the fuck?
And I think it might be maybe I'm kind of colored differently because I do really remember the rest of the stuff from the first part that kind of helps because like the stuff leading up to like the political thriller in the capital city. There's a lot of really good stuff like the priest story is really good. The other two brothers who are impersonating Ed and Al stuff's really good.
Yeah, that's all in the first show. Yeah.
And then like
so my biggest complaint is there's a lot of plot holes in Brotherhood. And there's a lot of scenes where it's like, we're gonna not kill you because we can't kill you, but like it's just like plot armor in a lot of situations. It's like I understand there's certain people that don't want to kill them, but that just seems to somehow extend to everyone they fight, and there's a lot of times they should have died that they just don't.
Are you talking about the brothers?
I get that's like main character. Died? Yeah. Or other people too. It's like, I'm gonna leave you alive for literally no reason.
I mean they kinda not to spoil anything, but they do I think they kind of explain what's going on and like why they won't just straight kill them. But yeah, I do agree.
No, they do, but I'm just saying, like, the people that don't want to kill them, there's a list of those people, right? It's like it's not a long list; it's a short list, and there's a lot of other times other people just don't kill them for box text reasons that don't explain. And then there's all kinds of just points where I'm just like, why aren't they doing this? Because this is the only like they don't kill Mustang, for example. All of the homunculus know. He is like the biggest individual threat to them as like one-on-one.
Oh yeah.
And they don't kill him because like
that's a good point because like if you're thinking about
because at the end of the show the whole point is like they want him to be this thing that they need.
Yeah.
But he's not the thing that they need, and they know he's not. Yeah, and at that point it literally could have been fucking anybody on the continent, and even on top of that. It could have been literally anybody because they would have not had the willpower to not do that.
I think, and this is me maybe thinking too much, I think they said they had to audible it when they grabbed him. The plan wasn't him initially. And you're right, I don't know why they didn't just outright kill him.
No, yeah, so I understand in the moment making it work that way, but they literally try to hold him hostage to work for them for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go back and look because I know what you're talking about because they basically do the whole thing because they're trying to.
They know he's working against them. They know he's physically dangerous to them. He's one of the 2 or 3 people on the planet that can kill one of them.
They don't find that out until halfway.
He kills Lust in the first season.
Yeah, but you got to remember the last season's a day, and then the second season takes place in a month. It did.
No, there's a 3-month gap between the final season and the season before it. And the whole time they have him held hostage.
Potentially. Like I said, it's been a minute, but yeah. But yeah, you are correct. It doesn't make sense to keep Mustang alive.
And don't get me wrong, that doesn't take away from like the great payoffs in the show. Like there's a scene with him and Envy is amazing, even though it plays out very strangely. I didn't even remember that he's not the one that ends up killing that person, and so it's like I had forgot that. The whole Scar stuff, I like the payoff at the end. Again, there's so many scenes where it's just like it's like old tropiness where it's like you can just automatically kill anybody until you can't, and then like you can't do anything. Like there's many scenes when Scar's like in front of a firing squad and they just can't shoot him for some reason.
So fast.
So it's like okay,
he's a
he's
like, Ishvalan monk, man. Come on, they can like dodge bullets.
But don't get me wrong, like the show is very good. It's definitely on the topper end. But I have several shows I prefer over.
Oh, I mean, like I said, a lot of my love for it is just circumstantial. Like it just happens to hit a lot of nostalgia vibes for me.
Yeah.
Also, some of the best openings and closings. I think they have.
I did really like because I didn't like any of the openings, but I did really like the second to last ending theme. I can't remember much about it. It's the slower one.
Fucking Demon Slayer is the one that always pops into my head when it comes to music now, because the same artist did a bunch of them for Demon Slayer that did FMA stuff or Brotherhood stuff, so it all melds together in my mind.
If you had, I think the two shows that don't get named enough for music, even though one of them is super popular for music, it's Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah,
has great openings and endings the whole time, but like every song in it is good. And then I think, why am I drawing a blank here? Overlord is another amazing one for openings and endings. And no one talks about those. They only talk about for some reason Naruto gets a bunch of credit for like opening songs.
Yeah, Naruto gets
never
a lot.
Enjoyed
There's
it
a couple of them I
have
kind of like.
Never enjoyed a Naruto opening.
They're pretty generic.
Yeah.
The one, and this is gonna be kind of me outing myself. I really like the Kill la Kill soundtrack, and I don't it's Kill la Kill is the only anime I really like that I do not recommend anyone watching because it's weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
You watch Eminence and Shadow?
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Yeah. I love Eminence and Shadow, but I find it hard to recommend it.
Yeah, it's probably the exact same reason why I'm like, hey, listen, Kill la Kill is beautifully animated. It's got a great story. It's about semi-nude teenagers, so that's why I don't recommend it. I watched it, and then I don't want, like, I can't tell people to watch it because it's weird. It is the digestif when it comes to like I'm running out of anime to watch. I was like, well, I've got one for you. It's short too.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So we can talk about anime all day.
Oh,
so let's jump into some Marvel talk.
Oh no.
Then we can come back to anime.
We're gonna talk about the new.
Aaron hates anime. Like he refuses to watch any of it. And so every time Aaron's on and me and Parker get on a roll, he's like, "So can we talk about something else, please?"
I want to talk about...
Aaron will just turn around in his chair and start working on his like while we're on the cast. Like,
his head.
Shit, we've lost him. Yeah, we better stop.
Yeah, I'm just a big fat weeb, so.
No, I think most of the gaming culture is pretty aware of the anime. So
hand in hand, probably.
I will say the worst take I've ever heard, and this is apparently a fairly common take, but I don't go to the internet to hear people's opinions because I hear enough of them at the game store. I asked somebody who I knew watched Attack on Titan. They're one of the people that talked me into watching it originally. And I was like, "Oh, did you watch like the final episodes of Attack on Titan?" And he's like, "No, the main character is for genocide." I'm like, "Yeah, he says that in like literally episode 1." And he's like, "No, he didn't." I'm like, he said, and I quote, "I'm going to kill them all," several times. And he's like, "Well, still, that's not the same thing." I'm like, that is literally what genocide is.
In fact,
like,
it's the same character because now he's like it's because Attack on Titan's really cool. It's
I will say I was blown away with how many Easter eggs they put in that show.
That's crazy.
And you just don't see them. Like, dude, it was like 10 years that show was coming out. There's Easter eggs and stuff that you go back and watch that came out 10 plus years before what you just watched that perfectly aligned with what the ending was. I was like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
Talk about like well produced. Oh my God. We could never get that. Like, and then we're talking about One Piece. We can't even get them to draw special effects until season 9. Like, come on. Anyway. Okay, so MCP. I was blown away today. Or yesterday,
yeah,
I guess.
You were.
It's been a day. Technically, it's been 2 days.
Oh, it is Friday now, isn't it? Saturday.
Yeah. No, it's Saturday
now.
Piercing the veil.
Time and its illusion.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about our boy, the once and future Kang.
We was Kangs.
Yeah, we were Kangs. Oh, right, because it's, what's his fucking name? Jonathan Richards? Franklin?
Nathaniel
Richards.
The card is Steal the Future, by the way.
Okay, so we were having a discussion at the game store, and clearly when we were reading Kang, we got a little off the rails because we
to be fair
missed an entire paragraph in one of these cards.
To be fair, there's a lot of shit.
When you're reading like 3 of these cards back to back, and they're all just like paragraph, and they're like the same, and you're like you just start skipping lines. It's like, all right, where's the keyword I'm looking for? Do this. Okay, that's what I want to see. Yeah. So do. Anyway, so Steal the Future is an incredibly convoluted card for what it does. Basically, this card says, lose the game. So
yes,
don't play it.
I played it. It does lose the game.
Okay, it's Cabal only. Nathaniel Richards only. Technically, 2 people can play it. Reactive.
Which is wild.
When you're deploying, you may play it. Which is weird because then you play it later. I don't know. It's weird. So you play it. It says when this card is played, set it near the battlefield instead of discarding it. This will be important for later because I have something I want to say. At no point does it say it leaves the game. It just says play it, and it's set it by the battlefield. Okay, if this card has been played when an allied Nathaniel Richards would suffer damage, any damage, mind you, so bleed, anything, he may suffer 1 less damage. If he does, put 1 damage on this card. If the card has been played during each cleanup phase before scoring victory points, an allied Nathaniel Richards may suffer any amount of damage, remove the same number of damage tokens from this card. So you basically just transfer them from the card to him. Except, as far as I understand it, you can never put more damage tokens on something that it would normally be able to hold due to its health pool. So if it has 10 tokens on this card, you cannot put all 10 of them on Kang. You can only put enough to fill up his health bar. And then, after that, when scoring victory points, score 1 less for each damage token on this card to a minimum of 0. During each cleanup phase, if it has 5 or more damage on it, choose an allied Nathaniel Richards that is not dazed or KO'd. Push each character toward its short. Additionally, after all moves have been resolved, the chosen character is KO'd. So, a whole lot of words. Mm-hmm. It is of CJ's opinion that once Kang has died, this card stays in play. And, more importantly so, keeps any remaining damage tokens on it, reducing your score every round. I think that's an oversight, and they meant to say, discard this card, or something along those lines, and just didn't think about it. Now, that being said, you're playing Kang, so you've probably already lost. More importantly, Kang has died, so you've definitely already lost.
Yeah, he goes down, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, so we're playing a 6-pointer, and all of this rigmarole is just to give him damage reduction.
The best DR.
The best DR. And it's...
But the equation is the best DR worth losing the game?
Because not only, we're not talking about like the negative... Let's just talk about the card itself first. Is there any world in which this card is worth playing?
Yes, if there was a world where the game didn't end in 3 turns.
I don't even know that that's... No, because this card completely, and I mean like completely screws you.
Yeah.
Long term. You will never get to 16 with this card if you're using it for more than like 1 or 2 at a time. Now, there are situations, like you can make an argument like, okay, so I'm just going to take 1 off of everything and then bring it all back to the end of turn, making it very unlikely that they're going to daze me before I activate. Which sounds good.
And that's the idea, I think. Like, that's cool.
Until someone spikes, and you lose the game instantly on a spike. Because instead of doing 1, I do 7, and you die. And now you've got 5 damage tokens over here that you can't pull off. And then you die on your next turn, and you will just never score victory points for the rest of the game. Which means I don't even have to do anything except get ahead of you. Once I get ahead of you, I win the game. Because you will never score more points. So I only have to have 1 more than you to win. Unless you table me. That's the only other way out.
Yeah, and that's kind of what this card, I think they're trying to make you kind of think about going for with this, is that, now I have to table the opponent. Which in Cabal, there's plenty of aggressive characters that might be possible on and splashing and stuff, but at the same time... But
you're playing down 6 points and down a leader?
If Kang was a murder machine, if he was doing, he does a lot of damage, his base attack, if you set it up correctly, you should have 2 rerolls with him, and then Zemo is stapled to his ass. So you should have 3 on your basic attack. On a 6 dice attack, that's pretty good. His spender's really good. And he's got a throw that's a pretty basic fucking throw.
Throwaway. It's literally throwaway. Who cares? Yeah, well, they put it on his card, I guess.
Okay, so tell me how much the power is called anti-graviton device. What size terrain do you think that throws? Don't look it up. Just think.
I would assume, without looking, because I'm not looking at it, I haven't read him since we did that episode. I'm going to assume it's size 4. No. Is it size 3?
Terrain.
Okay.
Only.
That's not dramatically
it's still
underwhelming. 3 is fine-ish.
Yeah.
The problem is the size is irrelevant now. It's only for line of sight. So,
yeah.
It feels like everything that they've changed just makes the things in the game not matter anymore. Now everything is just binary. It's
the throw changes were both... It's not good or bad. It's just a change they did. It's just I can kind of see why you guys did this, but it's...
I can't imagine... If I just told you that we were going to change movement on every character, and instead of moving front to back, it's moved to within the range of the stick. And we're doing it because... What would your reaction be? It's how is this better for the game?
Yuck.
And you just have to rebalance all these characters that you just changed for apparently no reason.
Yeah, and
it just seems so weird. And then you have to change. Then you have to change the terrain for all the tables because you fucked up the quantity of terrain needed based on what we were doing before.
Yeah.
So now all these TOs and large tournaments have to paint up more tables.
Yeah.
Well, it's just such a crazy, costly, sweeping change that impacts the game. And still to this day, I don't understand why they did it.
I feel like this is probably... I still think it's... You could probably run the tape on this. I said I liked it initially. I've soured on it a little bit because it does feel like... I think the main problem wasn't rebalancing the terrain overall. It was rebalancing characters who could throw. I think they should have taken a closer look at who's throwing what, why, and how much it costs. Because I think that was actually the real problem.
Effectively, because of this change, there's now 20 to 30, if not well more than that, characters that have noticeable inefficiencies or excessive efficiencies on their card that make no sense now. You could argue Magneto got buffed because you could throw a ton of size 1s. That's entirely dependent on the table you're on. If your table has 30 size 1s on it, sure, that's amazing. But if it has, now every table's supposed to have 2 size 4s, it's now that's a huge loss for him.
Yeah. Well, I did like the idea of having the tables be a bit more dynamic. That was cool in practice. I haven't played on a whole lot of, seeing what people are doing now since that change has been effected. I haven't really read a lot about it, too, because I feel like it kind of happened, and then the priority changes kind of controlled a lot of the discussion. Because I still think the priority changes are interesting changes. But the throwing thing was just and now that we've had some time to go back and look at it, it's just kind of why did we do this?
Anyway, sorry, I got us very off track.
That's still a good tangent because now we could roll it back into this card doesn't go away for some reason.
Yeah, I can't see how that's not an oversight. I know you said you think it's intentional because the card's strong. I think the card is actively bad.
I said I think it's intentional because they think the card is strong. I don't think the card is strong.
Okay, fair. That is fair point. I think if you just took Kang's card in a vacuum, we're not looking at Tactus cards or even his leadership. We're just looking at him as a potential 6-pointer.
Bad.
I think you compare him to what's the most recent 6-pointer released? Is it
Phoenix?
Black Bolt 2.
Oh, Black Bolt 2. Yeah.
Phoenix is 7, right? She's 6? Okay. then yeah, it's either Black Bolt 2 or Phoenix. I think Phoenix is better than him. I think Black Bolt 2 is noticeably better than him.
I would say Black Bolt 2, yeah. Phoenix...
The problem with Phoenix is she has a similar self-destruct mechanic where it's like, I lose the game at some point. But I can see how she wins. Like, because when she first got spoiled, we were talking about how to fix or how to play against her to limit her effectiveness.
Yeah.
Nobody talked about that with King.
The difference is, as a 6-threat model, when Phoenix transforms, she opens up an unbelievable amount of whoop ass if she's left alone.
Yeah.
She could fucking... There's not another character in the game that has the range and damage she can put out. But at the same time, she is the worst glass cannon. She'll just die. And then take everything with her.
Like, Kang is also pretty glass cannon-y himself.
Yeah, I'd say he's more of like a glass handgun.
There are 5-point characters that are way more survivable than this guy. Now, admittedly, he's meant to be more of a blaster. But I would say there's 5-point blasters that are more blasty than this.
King T does more blasting. He's got one more physical defense, and he's a long mover. And he has displacement.
Yeah. King T'Challa and Black Bolt, I think, are both noticeably better than this guy.
King T is a point less, too.
Yeah. Namor I would still put above Kang, but not from a efficiency standpoint, from a I
win the game.
I play the game that I'm supposed to be playing. Kang, again, I would point out that he's a 6-point character. Nothing on his card says win the game.
Yeah, nothing.
Everything on his card says attack enemy models, which he doesn't even do well.
King says roll dice and see how that goes.
Yeah. He's basically, if you can just imagine a regular dude carrying around a bazooka is what Kang is.
Oh, that's a good comparison. That's basically what it feels like.
He's not really tough. Yeah, he's not really tough, but he can hit hard if you let him, but you have to let him. It's like Namor can literally move long again, and then attack you ignoring damage reduction. That is so many levels beyond what Kang can do. Kang is hoping you line up within range 3 of him. That is what Kang is hoping.
Range 2. His reroll on his builder is...
Well, but you get your place, so I'm going to say that's effectively the same. Although technically, it's actually shorter than the difference between 3 and 2. But I'm gonna give him the leeway there. I'm gonna say that's equivalent. Because place 1 plus medium is less than 2.
Yeah, so it's definitely like, and I as somebody who kind of just I try not to judge on when characters come out based on like power levels or like this is not how they're supposed to be, because it's a game, it's all the shit's made up. This has been one of the biggest like misses I think for a character, because like the only thing that's like feels like time manipulation on his card is he gets to recal matrix twice.
The passive, I think the passive is where he gets to place 1 and heal.
Oh yeah, but that's like that's not really like,
that's cool.
It is a cool superpower,
but it's not big. It's just cool.
It's cool. It's neat. It'd be neat on It'd be neat on anyone, for whatever reason. You call it whatever. But, like, this is the first time I feel like they've released a big bad guy, and I've been like,
It feels like the Disney Plus Kang, where he's just like, what happened?
Yeah.
You were supposed to be cool, and you weren't. What happened?
I feel like they are making him a 6th threat because Baron Zemo is in the game. And that leadership is just like...
You think he's paying the tax that you're already playing Zemo? I don't
that's like...
Right.
That's I could, like, if you had to, like, come up with the perfect leadership for Zemo to be under, it's Kang's leadership. The only one that's technically maybe better would be Red Skull's.
Yeah.
Right? They're both, like...
Red Skull... I thought Red Skull was paying a bit of a tax when he first came out, but, man, that kit is so hard to not do something with. It's like... He can always do something.
Well, shit, what was it? I didn't even realize this until I was talking to Josh about it. He's the only other character that has a fucking mystic or energy builder.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's such a good ability on a character, because, like, there's very few, like, there's a couple of them. There's very few characters that are good at both.
Yeah, getting to choose between mystic or energy is big. Yeah, that's a big choice.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to Steal the Future, it's my opinion that this card is supposed to go away when Kang does. Mm-hmm. Or at least the damage tokens do. If you want to say the card stays, I don't really care.
It doesn't say...
So let's assume for a moment that it is intentional, and they didn't make another goof with releasing a Tactics card lately. How is this card playable then?
This might be one of the worst written Tactics cards, because I don't believe that anything is worth losing a victory point for.
No, I could understand like 1 or 2, like over the course of the game.
Maybe.
Like, hey, if you end a turn with 5 tokens on the card, you lose a victory point. And every 5,
so
you
it
lose
would
another one.
make
like, okay, but you're getting damage reduction on a 6-pointer. But like, he seems to be designed to have said damage reduction. If we just put infinite DR1, which is not what Thanos has. Thanos doesn't have that. Thanos has only from enemy effects. We gave him true perfect DR against all things, reduced by 1 to a minimum of 0, for a tactics card. I think he's still unplayable.
Yeah, because he's not doing anything else to win the game. It's just
he
kind of hard
the realm
to take off.
I just want to play Kang, so I'm going to play Kang, and that becomes no longer an obvious mistake. But I don't think he's anywhere near meta.
No, and like I said before, his leadership is neat, but it really doesn't. There's nothing about it that really is better than Red Skull 2 or 3's leadership, except for being able to play Red Skull 2 in Cabal. That's really the benefit.
Sure. That is the biggest selling point in my mind. Is he's the only non-Red Skull leader that costs less than 7 points. And congrats,
6.
He costs 6 points.
Just play Malekith then.
Yeah,
I think Malekith is still. I think Malekith's way better than him.
Like, he has fucking Peerless.
Why?
What are we even doing here, guys?
Why does he have Peerless? So you can't run him with Thanos?
There are 2 things that make sense to me at all. One, which I'm leaning into, which gives them credit, I believe. They saw how Apocalypse affected the meta, and they wanted to never, ever risk that happening
so
again.
Balls off.
So yeah, they just say anything that costs more than 5, we're just going to take their knees out. And just say, if you want to play them, you can. Other than that, we don't give a fuck. And they're just going to be Sentinels. Like, right, there's bad, we're okay that they're bad. Or option 2, we had a little bit of a Spectrum situation. They sent the wrong card to the printer.
This is the test card.
This was the test card that got hugely buffed.
Yeah.
Like, we're obviously very in the adolescent stages of seeing how good this character is. Or
he's been out for.
He just came out. We played him in a couple games. Oh. You know, we even misread a couple of his cards a couple times. Like, it's not a big deal.
To be fair, there's a lot to read on his cards.
Sure, there's a lot of words, and a lot of them seem pointless, but regardless. So I would like to come back to this later and play the game of what... Because I don't know if are you familiar with competitive Axis and Allies?
What?
They do this thing in competitive Axis and Allies because everyone knows the Axis is the best.
You gotta go back. You said competitive Axis and Allies?
Yeah. It's a board game. People play board games competitively. It's
but
fun.
It's like playing competitive Monopoly.
The way you I mean, yeah, you can play, but regardless, the point of it is to determine who goes first or who gets to pick their faction. They bid a handicap. And she was like, I'll play the Axis, but I'll start with 30 less money than you do. And then so whoever bids the lowest or the biggest handicap gets to play that, and then they have to play it with said handicap. So I think we should come back and do this with models at some point and say, it's like, what will you give me to play Kang? Like, it's like, I'll give you 3 extra hit points on Kang. It's like, or like, I'll give Kang 2 extra power a turn. Like, just, and like, we'll just bid, and it's like, and then it's what you get to play.
That'd be funny. See what you can do with it. But yeah, because it's like, I don't know. I like him because he's Kang, and I think Kang's neat as a character.
Yeah.
But that's like I've said before, I'm attached emotionally to the Marvel aspect of the game, and I can kind of put off a lot of the shitty game part of it and just be like, no, it's Kang, it's cool. Kang's neat.
There's a ton of
super well, so he's gonna see a lot of table.
Yeah, there's a ton of teams I would love to play, but like because they're functionally strong, I just can't bring myself to play teams I don't like the aesthetic of, or play styles I don't enjoy. Or else, like I played Webs for like 8 months, and it like crushed my soul. I had so little fun during those games. And so I was like, and then finally I got to move to something else, and then I was like, hey, this is fun again. And then immediately the game became only play Webs, or not Webs specifically, but scenario-based teams. And then it's like, well, I already know I don't want to do this, and then it's just like soul crushing over and over and over again.
Yeah, I feel that. It's because I'm in the same boat. Like I like Spider-Man as a character just in general. Like he's one of my favorite Marvel characters, but I fucking hate the way Webs play.
I hate the score points at any cost.
Yeah, like the optimal way to play them. Like the Web of the Spider-Verse.
It removes,
but
it turns everything into a flowchart of process of activation, and it reduces the game to as little interaction as possible.
Yeah, there's no dynamicism in it.
reduces the entire game to like 5 dice rolls. And as soon as those 5 dice rolls have been made, we're done playing.
Yeah.
Even though the game's not over yet. Because you'll not come back in time.
Yeah. Well, and that's...
And it's not fun for either player, right? Because as soon as you get to the point where you recognize, like, okay, this character took my objective, I have 2 attacks to daze them before they leave. Yeah. If they leave, I lose. I don't lose now, I lose in 3 turns, but I lose.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how many times, and this has gotten less of an issue over time, but how many games, like there was a famous quote from the first Adepticon after COVID, and we were watching the final match of the big competitive game, and we were like, and there's like this huge crowd around us, we're just kind of watching from like 30 feet away, and we're just chatting. It's like, oh, this person's way up, like it's probably over. And then everyone kind of walked away from the table, and we're like, oh, what happened? It's like, oh, so-and-so's going to lose. It's like, oh, what happened? They attacked Black Cat, she lived. I was like, yep, that game's over. Like, you made an 8 dice spender, and she took 2 damage, and now you lose.
Yeah. And that's kind of the biggest, like, I don't know, downside of the game still, I think. Like, and I don't know if there's anything they're going to be able to do to fix it. Because it doesn't seem like they want to.
Yeah, I was kind of excited to see a new Crisis pack, but we didn't really get that. They just kind of gave us a couple.
The 2 new ones are really good though, so I'm a little excited for that. I've played on the one that shifts around, which is just a Shatterpoint Crisis, but it's pretty neat in Crisis Protocol. So.
Yeah, the thing that kind of sucked about it in Shatterpoint was that the game. It's weird because it's like there's no rounds. It's just an infinite game. You just keep activating models over and over until the game ends.
Yeah.
But in that, there's basically you have 6 elements to your list, and if there's 9 points on the table, and if it's like the ones that are worth more end up on his side, you're fucked.
Yeah, that's kind of. I think I played a game against Dormammu with Spider Foes the first time I ever played it, and basically every time Dormammu moved somewhere, it would move off of that side and somewhere else. So we'd have to, because when you have an 8 threat in your roster, he kind of has to stand on a blue.
Yep. Okay, so what was the other one? It's trust no one but yourself.
That's the summon.
Choose an unused. At the end of the activation phase, if an allied Nathaniel Richards was placed into play with this card, remove that character from the battlefield.
That's the one we missed, because we thought we could...
Yeah.
That's why we thought this card was really good, because you could summon an Iron Lad. He'll take the explosion.
And take the damage for you, yeah. One thing I did notice, all of these timey-wimey cards all say put a time stream token on the track, but you can play any of the cards with a time stream token.
Yeah.
So you don't have to play them in any particular order. You just have to choose like turns 2 and 3, and then on turn 2 you pick which one you want to play. On turn 3 you pick which one you want to play. I think that's actually really cool.
Yeah, that's the problem, is because there's neat shit like that they put in, but they didn't give it enough like other shit to do. It feels like there's a 3-character pack that was supposed to come out with this, like the other 3 Kang identities, and then they're just like, we'll see if that comes out.
So there's I guess we could see some more stuff, but I don't think we will anytime soon. It feels like, was it because it's more?
Because there's...
Okay, so the second card costs 6, basically, right? It's 6 because the Iron Lad is 3. Okay, and you have to pay double. So it's, why in the world would you spend 6 power on your power-hungry 6-point leader to get 1 activation with a 3-point Iron Lad? That just doesn't seem correct.
That would be correct because there's only 1... Because you can't summon Kangan with Iron Lad because that's more power than you can have.
There's not 12 power. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know why you would ever do this.
Yeah.
Because
that just seems like
Iron Lad is not. I mean, he could push somebody. I think he can push people.
And you have to play within 1 of him, so like you can't even like get him like to another point to contest.
Yeah, if he could come in like on.
It's so weird.
If it was he could come in anywhere in the battlefield and he can help secure something for a turn, that could be useful.
I honestly, like, even if you're just like, hey, on turn 2, I'm going to spend 6 power to have Iron Lad on my team.
Yeah, because, like...
I don't think I'm immediately freaking out. I think doesn't seem overly... That seems good. Like, that seems strong, but not crazy.
Does he come in with any power?
I think he does. He has power equal to the current round count. So you do it in the power phase. So if you did it on turn 2, if you somehow got 6 power, you did it on turn 2. Because don't forget you have to put the time stream token down. The opponent knows when this is going to happen.
Well,
so all they have to do is not give you power.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I'm not going to attack you. I'm not going to let you get extra dice. I'm going to move away so you can't attack me.
So the thing about Kang is he does kind of generate power a little more reliably because of that reroll thing. Whenever he reels.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not. If you put it down on turn 2, I'm not going to give you a range 3 attack.
King has to do damage.
Like, you're just going to be naked.
Yeah.
So you almost have to do it on turn 3, or else your opponent will know to counterplay you. It's like you might get some newer players, but you're not going to get somebody who knows how the mechanic works. Yeah, they're not going to be like, you're going to try to summon an Iron Lad. You're going to have to do it on turn 3. It's like, are you that afraid of your opponent on start of 3 spending 6 power on Kang to get a 3 power Iron Lad that round?
And what's he doing? Because he is probably pushing 2 people, and that's the most impactful thing he can do.
Yeah, it's like, and for 6 power on your leader, I don't know, that doesn't seem overly powerful to me. And then the other card, if we had Steal the Future, right? Like, let's just say there's no victory point mechanic at all. The big selling point for this card that I saw is, let's say you did do the I'm taking 1 off every time. You can get to a situation where if you've got 3 legacy viruses on Kang and they can't actually kill him, you make it to the cleanup phase. Because the tokens don't kill Kang until the cleanup phase. And so they can't get you to drop them with onesies, twosies damage. They have to actually kill you.
So wait.
And so with your DR1, and that's the only good part of this card in my opinion.
Wait. Brandon.
You just keep stacking the tokens on there. I just got to make it to the cleanup phase.
What happens if you've got 6 tokens?
Again, because the wording, in my opinion, the wording on this card is very ambiguous because a lot of times it says during the cleanup phase. And as far as I understand, as long as none of them say beginning or end, that all happens in, it's like section 6 of the cleanup phase, which is other effects. And you get to choose the order because they're your effects. And so you would first score less victory points based on the number of tokens on there. But that would mean that you would already be scoring victory points, so that means the Legacy Virus would trigger.
Yeah. And you wouldn't.
But that would also mean you would never get to take the tokens off of the card. So however many tokens were over there, they're staying over there.
We're only playing with fucking secures now. You're trapped in here with me. And no Kang.
Yeah. And not Kang. Because regardless, he's dying. Because he's dying from the legacy viruses.
Yeah. So the one card that is actually, I think, kind of playable with him is Chronal Manipulation. And it's Battle Plan / Man of Marvels. It's fine.
Yeah, this is the other time stream token one.
Yeah.
So it costs 4, happens in the power phase. You either remove any combination of 2 damage or special conditions from himself, place within 2, or gain 2 power, or another character can do one of those. Yeah. And so I think that's a good card. Now, again, there's wording questions because CJ read that I'll just read it to you real quick. During the power phase, Nathaniel Richards may spend 4 to play this card. You may remove an allied time stream token from the current round. If you do, choose an allied character and resolve 2 of those effects below, period. Otherwise, choose an allied character and resolve 1 of those effects below. I read that as if you remove the token, you get to do 1 of those 2. And he read it as if you get to do the first one if you remove a token, and the second one if you don't.
Yeah, you're saying you get both, right?
I actually didn't even notice that it doesn't have to be Kang. It's just any allied character.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But once again, this is 4 power off of Kang. And you have to make the call, basically.
In the power phase, yeah.
So it's...
Now, you can refund 2 of the power to Kang.
And place himself too, which... Not bad, if you get the round right. You know, that's interesting.
I think this card is very playable. I don't know that it's good, but I think
so if there were, I'd say 1 or 2 other time stream cards that you wanted to use, it could be really good. Because then you get multiple rounds you can do this on. But unfortunately, the only other card that adds a time stream token is the one that summons an Iron Lad.
Well, and the one that loses you the game automatically.
You don't get a Chronal.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't place the stone.
Yeah, but you get 3 time stream tokens in the box. So I feel like there's a...
They probably just, again, they sent the wrong card to the printer. So
yeah, well, we can't do anything now unless they're going to do like, okay, guys, this is the print to play Kang Tactic card pack.
I mean, they've done weirder stuff.
I would be so incredibly happy if that was the case. They're like, oh, we fucked up. These are the 3 cards he's supposed to have, and it's 3 fucking awesome tactic cards. They completely change the character. Because, like, these are some of the cool, like, the ideas behind it are really cool, but the execution's bad. Which is the opposite of Apocalypse, where the idea is really cool. Or the execution's really good. Some of the ideas are bad, though.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go down a list. Tell me when I name a character worse than Kang.
Okay.
Apocalypse.
Oh, no.
Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Oh, no.
Gladiator.
No.
Hulk. Hulkbuster.
No.
King Black Bolt. Magneto.
Mm,
That's the first one you kind of have to think about.
It's contentious.
But think about how good his tactics cards are for his team.
If I could play Refraction on Kang, great.
Oh, yeah, I would be in. So I'm going to give it to Magneto, but I think it's close.
Yeah.
Because Magneto, again, can push people worst case scenario.
Kang, that's the first one where it's like, maybe.
Phoenix.
That's also a maybe.
I think she has a better shot of winning a game than Kang does.
I think
because I think if you're playing against a high level opponent playing a good team, you're both sunk, but at least she can dice them.
Yeah, she could definitely there is definitely points that she could absolutely just swing the game in your favor because your opponent's just like, how many dice is that? Where's she attacking from?
Yeah, I feel like Kang is just 6-point Black Dwarf with that, but not as tough.
Oh, I wish I had Black Dwarf stat line.
Yeah. So next up we have Thanos. And finally, also She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk is better. Yeah. Aggressive alone is better. And then Thor, Hero of Midgard, even after the nerf, better. I think he's better. And man, they gutted him with that nerf.
That's a character that got like absolutely fucking trashed. I still like him.
So I think the only close one is Magneto. Yeah. I think all the other ones are
better.
I think inarguably better. If not, it might be close, but I think they're all inarguably better. Magneto, I think, just due to the synergy he brings his team.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Magneto has the same, almost the same kind of thing.
Such a good leadership
with
too.
Apocalypse. Magneto ran Brotherhood. I think is overly hated. I think it's Magneto's when he's leading the Brotherhood. I think is still pretty good. I think if somebody's piloting it correctly, it's a really strong affiliation and a really strong list. But there's stuff that hard counters him sometimes. Because he's slow. He can be pushed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could make a strong argument that Kang is better than Magneto, especially in a vacuum. And then you could make an argument that he's better than Phoenix.
Sometimes.
But man, that's a hard
okay,
argument.
Cool. We're talking about like the other two.
Because Phoenix isn't the leader, right?
No.
Like at least you could say he's buffing his team.
Yeah, Phoenix unfortunately has to be led by Storm, Chuck, or Cyclops, right? But man, she's got some crazy shit she can do, and she's not peerless.
Yeah, so you can play them together.
Like what the fuck?
So what? Can't even say it. Did Apocalypse get peerless?
No.
It's just Thanos and
Adam Warlock.
Adam
and Dormammu.
I was going to say that I thought of the two of them, Adam Warlock was noticeably worse.
Like between him and Kang?
Yeah, I think Adam Warlock was noticeably worse than Kang for 2 reasons. One, I think Adam objectively does not win the game. I think Kang at least has an out of he might get lucky and get a scenario where you're forced to funnel towards him and he just starts killing people left and right.
Yeah.
I think I've come down to they're both equally bad at winning games. But I think Adam is a better overall model, if that makes sense. Like, he has a better kit. Because all you have to do with Adam is get other models on your team to get objectives. And then he can protect them.
That's how it feels,
I don't think Kang can really do that.
Kang can't protect anything. Kang
can't protect anybody, but Kang would be doing the opposite, trying to kill the enemy models with said tokens on them. And so, I don't know. I think they're both good at what they do, but what they do doesn't win games.
Yeah, they don't win games in a way that matters.
Yeah. I mean, for example, like you can make a strong argument which She-Hulk doesn't win games, but you can build a list that wins with She-Hulk because you get 2 stealers and you just sit on objectives.
Yeah, like She-Hulk, because she's got bodyguard, right?
Yeah, she's got actual bodyguard.
Yeah, that can win games because that's stopping. Yeah. That's protecting VPs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that to me would be that's a line on her card that says there is a way I can stop my opponent from scoring. That guaranteed, right?
Yeah, I think there's a huge underappreciation of the bodyguard rule, which is why I was super against the original Colossus rework. I would much rather have a medium-based model with bodyguard than a medium-based model with taunt.
Please God.
And I think everyone else noticed that too, and then they cried until he got changed to aggressive taunt, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. We'll just make your models so inescapably playproof that they have to work.
Yeah. But yeah, very very interesting discussion about Kang. I like him as a character, and I think this might be he's kind of they're outdoing themselves in writing shitty 6s sometimes.
Okay, so just thinking of a way to use him a little more proactively. Because he has a little bit of repositioning.
He's
so there's reasonably. He's not squishy, but he's not tough.
No, but so there's his. I think he's got a really good attack suite on paper. Rerolling dice. He's got 2. His leadership and his basic attack give him access to 2 rerolls, depending on the situation of the game. If he's holding something or he's contesting. Then you can modify skulls, which is good.
He's on medium base, right?
Okay. So it's a good it's not enough because I did the measurements. It's not enough to always attack somebody on the midline, depending on the setup and stuff. But it's pretty close. Mm-hmm. If somebody slightly makes it too close, or for whatever reason, he might be able to get his rerolls off that way. It's got good conditions-y places. Incinerate, bleed, hex, or slow.
Have you considered putting him in Red Skull 1?
Oh, for the power? No, I didn't.
You get the extra power. He also gets a place, range 2 place, in addition to his range 1 place.
Oh, okay.
And then also you get access to Cosmic Invigoration, and you can activate him twice.
Double go, yeah.
Double go.
Okay. No, I've not considered that.
Ain't no go like a double go.
I have not considered that. And then you could also bring everyone's best friend under Red Skull 1, Dracula.
It's true.
And Sabretooth
2. You don't have to play Dracula under Red Skull 1. I just like
good.
to. It is good, but I like to. Yeah, I was going to say, because obviously Red Skull can shunt attacks.
Yeah.
He would be fine under Red Skull 3. It's just much harder for Red Skull 3 to make him proactive early. I'd say in the later turns it'd actually be better, because, skulls into crits is obviously always good. And then the scalpel's actually a better place throughout the game.
Yeah.
But Red Skull 1 is more consistent, so it's a lower ceiling, higher floor.
Yeah, and I think that might actually be pretty good.
If it wasn't for the 6 threat model, I would actually say go for Red Skull 2 or 3. Yeah. But I actually think you want Cosmic Invigoration bad enough to justify it. Because not only can you cosmically invigorate him, you could then use Red Skull to port him, and then activate him in place again, and you could cover a huge area with your 2 activations without spending a move.
Yeah, and power gain on Kang's good, because the more times you get to once and future Kang, the more you get to maybe win, have more chances to win. And
true,
because that's really what that's what you're racing towards. You want it's got to be a spender you use multiple times per game, because he's otherwise not really. He's probably taking out 3 threats. That's the only way you're going to take out anything. That's 4 or 5 is using that.
Yeah. Well, you've seen the math on Logan with Red Skull 3. It's so that crit plus rerolls gets real dirty real fast. And so it might be worth it. I'd consider it. I know you like his leadership, but
it's
synergy like Red Skull synergy.
I think it's neat. I don't think it's better than Red Skull's. Yeah. I think Red Skull's still probably is better.
Clearly Red Skull 3's is better.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Red Skull 1's isn't terrible. And so I was originally thinking, what if instead you just put Lockjaw in, right? So Lockjaw gives you the big place, so the range is totally out of the window. But he also has Doppler Bark for later turns, and that way you're getting more dice to yet reroll more dice. Yeah. But there's the downside of Lockjaw does fuck all nothing other than that.
Yeah, and you kind of need every single 3-point doing something.
What about? Didn't they change Mordo?
No, Mordo was on my short list to be included.
Yeah.
Because I think adding those... Because, what does he do? It's the damage, yeah.
Yeah, it's add 2 dice.
And an 8 dice reroll 2 is pretty good. Or blowing up skulls on 8 dice is pretty good. And I do like Mordo, technically, because he does a lot of interesting stuff. And he does have synergy, too, because 3 of those conditions he can spread with Soul Barb are things that Kang can place.
Mm-hmm. I was just trying to think of a cheaper way to get this placement effect. Clea could do it. She also does something. What do they do? They give her the add dice too?
Yeah, she's got a similar... It's 1 more power and it auto-judges on a 5 threat.
Yeah, but she's made of glass, so...
She's technically the same as Mordo is.
Well, Mordo has an extra energy defense and doesn't do 2 damage to himself.
That's only if you roll skulls. You just don't roll skulls.
Don't roll. Trust me, I play a lot of Red Skull 1. I play probably more Red Skull 1 than almost anyone in the country. And I will tell you, you're going to roll fucking skulls. But yeah, I think there's some gas to give him.
I think just by the merit of him being in the Cabal is the only reason he might see play.
Yeah, I think Cabal is a really good affiliation to take advantage of a murder bot.
Yeah, that might be another reason why he's not balls to the wall killy, is because they probably made a version of him that was teleporting around the table killing things in Cabal, and they're like, oh, this might be too strong. Let's tone him down some.
Yeah.
Because there's
man, what if you just said, fuck it, I don't care, and just play Malekith?
I was looking at Malekith's card because it seems like it could be 2 best buds on a murder adventure.
Yeah. Man, his squishiness doesn't seem to matter as much as it used to. But losing his offensive output was pretty rough.
Yeah.
And the no way to in faction to get him the charge anymore is so brutal. I'm okay if I'm eating cards to do that. At the point you're taking Wong and Malekith and Kang, we're at 15 points already.
God.
That's it. So at 20, you could do Kang, Red Skull 2, Malekith, Wong. I would play that if we were going to play 20 half the games.
Oh, that'd be...
I wouldn't even care. Shit. Bro, we're going.
That's...
fucking...
How many...
These boots were made for walking.
How many people can I kill a turn?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I think there's some gas there. Again, though, I think you're playing an actively losing strategy, and I get this in all of my games. It's hey, I could League of Legends. Hey, I could play this meta character, or I could play Renekton jungle, and I'll lose 60% of my games. But that 40%, his teammates are gonna be flaming the shit out of him for losing to Renekton jungle.
What the fuck does Zap Brannigan say? Oh, now this is a strategy with some chest hair on it.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into our Mojo World real quick, and we'll go ahead and close out today. All right. This week on Mojo World, we have 1989 movies. All right, CJ, you were not here last week, so you get to go first. Oh. Don't spoil it. You have your precious first overall pick.
One of my favorite movies, Batman.
Okay, I was gonna say I was waiting for you to pick a bad one. I was the Jamarcus Russell of number 1 overall picks. We got it. Most people won't know what that means. Just trust me, it's bad.
Sports.
All right. Very respectable, very respectable. But however, that's going to leave me with my number 1 and number 2 choice. So first, we have The Abyss. You don't like The Abyss? All right, that's how it is.
I'm drawing a blank for some reason.
You don't know The Abyss? Oh man, it's the oil rig drilling movie where they find aliens at the bottom of the ocean.
I don't think I've seen this.
You've never seen The Abyss? Oh my god.
Why?
All right, homework. You have to watch it.
Yeah, no, I will now. But
dude, it's
why
amazing.
am I thinking of a Sam Jackson movie?
You're thinking of The Sphere, which is a very similar but very different movie.
It's got
The Sphere is also legit.
It's got Ed Harris in it. I'll watch it.
Yeah. It's one of his best movies in my opinion. It's great. Oh man, you haven't seen
crazy.
This.
You got me.
You have.
Wow. You
have a great day.
Is this what Josh feels like all the time?
Yeah, I guess he just doesn't watch good movies. He just yells "Primal" and hangs up.
Naked men.
All right. Yeah. Second movie. Indiana Jones and the Last
Damn
Crusade.
You.
I know. I knew you were fucking gonna do it. Get out of here.
Son of a bitch.
Fucking boom.
Right. Is that the best Indiana Jones movie?
Yes. Well, I mean, Raiders is so iconic.
Raiders is like genre defining.
If you're looking to watch a movie, you'll just have fun the whole time. Last Crusade is so good.
That's the one I quote the most, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have chosen.
And it was like before Sean Connery got all rapey.
Yeah, so it's like one of his last like good movies too.
Ooh, movie of 1989, last good movie. He was in other good movies too. I would say that was his peak.
Yeah. Oh.
I'll say that.
What, you don't like The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
I actually do.
I did too. That was one of my favorite like movies. Like I didn't know it was.
I think
bad.
Entrapment was much more well reviewed though, which again was one of the more rapey ones.
Say.
Anyway.
All right. Me?
Yeah. You got your last two picks.
Oh shit. Okay, so Back to the Future 2.
That was next on my list.
I mean, come on. This is the year of sequels, apparently.
Yeah. Now there's we're in the second tier now. We got all the good ones. That's the second tier.
And then I'm going to go with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Ooh, that was one of my deep cuts.
That was,
I didn't think you'd go there.
It's just fun. It's just a fun movie.
Yeah, it's such a great young adult kids movie that the whole family can enjoy. Pretty much anything with Rick Moranis.
I was going to say, I like it a lot because Rick Moranis is in it, and I love Rick Moranis. I am the Keymaster.
Goddamn.
Are you the gatekeeper?
You know the Keymaster is the guy in the movie who gets locked out of his apartment. So great. Okay, I think there are 6 good movies left. Like, really good movies left. But I think one stands above them all. I'm going to go with Uncle Buck.
Oh, Uncle Buck was out in 89? I didn't see that. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's super quotable. Honestly, I think John Candy's most iconic role for me. I know Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and The Great Outdoors are probably more really well regarded. But man, Uncle Buck, it just hits so hard on the right notes.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any honorable mentions, sir?
Yeah, I'll have 2, I think. One I didn't mention because I don't think a lot of people have seen it, but Glory came out that year. It's a Civil War movie. What?
There's a movie I forgot to mention. I don't think a lot of people have seen Star Wars. I think.
It's
not well known.
It's got a guy in it.
It was well kept secret.
He's kind of underrated. Denzel Washington. He's in it. I hear he's pretty good.
I have now. To be fair, I haven't seen Glory,
but we watched it in high school.
I'm very aware of the movie. Yeah, I know everyone else has seen it. So
that felt like a kind of right. The other one. Oh my! Why didn't I write it down? Lethal Weapon 2.
Don't know. That was on my list too. I didn't have Glory on my list, and so anyone who at home, you cannot name a movie you haven't seen all the way through. So it's just not allowed. It's cheating. All right. So then for me, I have Weekend at Bernie's.
Classic.
Roadhouse. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
That almost was on one of my lists.
And then finally, All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yeah, that's. I'm a dog guy. I don't think I can watch that movie anymore. I've had too many dogs pass away.
You don't think that's what I was saying earlier, though, right?
What?
That's not what I was referring to when I said.
No, it's the actress. Yeah,
okay.
The little girl. Yeah, I'm
aware of
that.
Okay, gotcha. All right. But yeah, it is a very sad movie. For anyone who doesn't know, there's an incredibly sad behind the scenes story involving the movie that I'm sure you can Google if you want to cry.
Yeah.
But it makes the final scene of the movie nearly unwatchable if you know.
Oh
the story
God, yeah, it's brutal because
yeah,
it's like you said,
we'll let
you can
people
look it up and
go and
discover,
find that out on their own. Yeah, we'll let people sad bomb themselves if they want.
Talk about it.
But yeah, it makes you can look up the voice recording scene with Burt Reynolds, and oh man, it's tough. Anyway, that was a good list. I like that. It's always good when Josh is in here. So.
Yeah, like I said, I had my first Josh moment when it came to a movie.
What's Lethal Weapon? They have guns?
I really like the fifth Lethal Weapon movie, to be honest with you.
I don't remember the fifth one. Oh, wait. You mean... Okay, that's right. Yeah, I got you. I was like,
come on, that was such a...
Jet Li in it. Yeah, no, you set me up good on that one.
Yeah, that would...
Because for me, it's Lethal Weapon 8. It's the one that's the one that always gets me.
Did they go up to that? I can't remember. I just know that
I think they do 7. Because they do 5.
Yeah, they do 5.
Then they do 6. And then 7 is a commentary about how all the previous ones they did were not okay.
Yeah, because you can't watch...
Because of blackface. Yeah,
you can't watch... Those episodes aren't on streaming, I don't think.
I'm just going to Google it because I always get them confused. There's 3 or 4 episodes I'm going to take down.
I think that's one of them. I know one of them is Garbage Crisis. The gang solves the garbage crisis. I know that one's been removed.
Is that really one of them?
Yeah, because Dee's in.
All right, so we have America's Next Top Patty's Billboard Bottle Contest. And it's because Dee does Martina Martinez.
That's why the Garbage Crisis one was removed too.
Yeah, and then next up we have Dee Reynolds, Shaping America's Youth. Features Mac in blackface for the Lethal Weapon 5 parody movie. God. Then we have The Gang Recycles Their Trash, Season 8, Episode 2. Features Dee's character, again, Martina Martinez. And then The Gang Makes Lethal Weapon 6 in Season 9, Episode 9, featuring predominant blackface. And then finally, D-Day, Season 14, Episode 3, features Frank in brownface doing Martina Martinez. What's more offensive than a white girl dressing up as a Hispanic girl is a white man dressing up as a Hispanic
Danny DeVito
girl.
doing it and doing the accent.
Oh my god. And being forced to do it against his will is the best part. Oh man. Oh god. Anyway. Right. Good stuff. Yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. It's past 2 a.m. We should probably get out of here. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hopefully you had a good time. This has been Brandon.
And CJ.
And you've just listened to 31st Century Man.
So what are we going to call this thing?
I got it. Okay. Incredible, new, fantastic, astonishing, mighty, original, uncanny, sensational podcast.
I'm just going to put down infamous.